my name is Roepke, and I am going to present to you my persuasive speech about animal cloning and why it should not take place, and specific reasonings as to why it shouldn't be taking place. The concerns over animal cloning is just the beginning of a world of possibilities. If animal cloning is allowed and put into further use, it will then allow procedures of cloning us humans and animal-human hybridization, causing many more disastrous possibilities. The cloning of animals should not take place because the failure rate is too high, abnormalities result in cloning attempts, and inhumane conditions may be imposed upon cloned animals. One main reason cloning should not take place is because the failure rate is too high. According to Jenny Barchfield, cloning is considerably challenging, with a low success rate of only 5 to 7%. In the creation of Dolly's sheep, the process of fusing the udder cell with the egg cell was tried 277 times. Of the 277 times, only 29 of the embryos were successful. Of these 29, only one of them succeeded in making a perfect clone. Along with the high failure rate, ethical concerns of abnormalities in scientific communities tend to rise. The probability of a successful and normally developed clone being born is also very minimal and happens very rarely. When born, they are prone to having abnormalities. Scientists have reported that cloned animals tend to have parts missing from the ends of their chromosomes that lead to early death. Animals tend to develop arthritis, which is the thinning of the cartilage in between the bones and also thinning of the bones. Cloned animals also tend to develop lung disease. Both arthritis and lung disease developed in Dolly's lifetime. With that said, although researchers might get similar animals after the process of cloning, many abnormalities and health defects are likely to arise shortly after, if not before birth, making animal cloning very inhumane. Inhumane conditions start at birth. Surrogate mothers undergo a painful and stressful process of giving birth to an animal that is substantially larger than the normal offspring. If the animal successfully develops in the womb, both surrogate mother and its offspring will most likely tend to have complications such as growth deformities, metabolic problems, and having the animal be significantly oversized. This leads to painful measures for both animals undergoing this cloning process. Because of the severely inhumane and harsh conditions, most medical ethics are in favor of banning cloning altogether. If the high risks and complications during pregnancy were not present, and if there was not several medical dangers, cloning would be ethical. Until these complications are resolved, neither animal nor human should have to suffer through these awful conditions. The cloning of animals should not be permitted because the failure rate is too high. Abnormalities are evident in cloning attempts, and inhumane conditions may be imposed upon cloned animals. The extremely high failure rate poses the question whether or not cloning is necessary. The abnormalities in cloned animals propose a concern to determine if it is beneficial, and because of complications during the cloning process, it appears to be severely inhumane. After this brief speech, it is safe to say that the cloning of animals should not take place.